Good morning. My name is Stephen Haft, and I work for a company called Consensys. A full house. I love to speak to a full house. In 2015, in this city, representatives of 191 countries negotiated the historic UN Paris Accords for the global environment. Within a few weeks of that agreement, also in 2015, a technology team, some of whom are here in this room, launched a Web3 innovation which we celebrate this week. The lead designer, he goes by one name, Vitalik, gave this innovation a name which he said derives from, and I'm going to quote, an invisible medium which allows light to travel across the world. During those weeks, starting in April 2015, the UN launched a movement they called climate change. Soon after, in Miami, Toronto, and Zug, Vitalik, Charles, Gavin, Joe launched Ethereum. It should be no surprise, but in the nature of things, that those two contemporaneous movements shared a good number of ideas. Both the climate accords and Ethereum design called for radical transparency in regards to data. Both sought to redistribute power to the many on the periphery from the few in the center. Both sought to end financial duplicity. Both envisioned a global transfer of technology and its benefits at an unprecedented scale. Both committed to the long-term transformation of business, industry, and society. From their inception, the movement for a trusted system of global tech shared a common language with the movement for a trusted ecosystem for a sustainable life. I'm not going to waste your time repeating the statistics that now seem to show up everywhere on crypto's energy consumption measured in kilowatt hours or carbon emissions. Suffice it to say that both are significant. And I hope we can agree in this room that the ecology attack on crypto has a basis in fact. And we can see, we felt it, it plays a role, a vital role, an unfortunate role, in the recent calls by government over-regulators to constrain our industry, and look at the Tesla, the China moves, which have crippled the assets on which we grow our companies, and I think the real headwinds that NFTs are going to face in the green challenge that NFT IP owners are insisting we address immediately. In April of this year, my friend Amory Lovins and his Rocky Mountain Institute called for the companies in our space to collaborate actively to green crypto in record time. To further that goal, they created the Crypto Climate Accord, a coalition at the outset of over 50 of our colleagues committed to decarbonize the global blockchain industry and achieve net zero emissions in the next very few years. As a founding member of the Crypto Climate Accord, my colleague Joe Lubin said on behalf of Consensys, quote, "Blockchain systems are about building better and trustworthy infrastructure for humanity. A critical aspect of this upgrade must involve our being better stewards of the environment." For years, I've had the privilege of working on behalf of green issues and human rights in various capacities. Thanks to the patience of my colleagues at Consensys, it's been my further privilege to represent the company at the United Nations in New York, at the Secretariat of the UN Climate Agency in Europe, and at meetings of the Paris Accords Conference of Parties. It's for this reason that I'm here this morning. With the indulgence of Ethereum Europe, Jerome, Bettina. I'm here to urge every single company represented at this conference to join the Crypto Climate Accords. The information is on the screen behind me. And let's together find solutions to blockchain's immense carbon footprint. I realize that there's an easier path, and it may be tempting. Let's blame brown blockchain on Bitcoin. Let's blame it on Chinese coal. Let's assume the proof-of-stake teams, the amazing proof-of-stake teams at the Ethereum Foundation, Consensys, and elsewhere, and the great work being done by Layer 2s, innovations like IBFT, that this is going to solve the problem for us, and we can continue our businesses as usual. But I ask us to pursue a better path. We're today launching a Green Ethereum working group within the Crypto Climate Accord with the goal of decarbonizing Ethereum in record time. This working group can be a hub for innovating in resources all of our climate solutions, to work as a group, to prioritize opportunities, to divide tasks, to develop new strategies, to measure our energy use, to procure renewables and offsets, and verify the impact, not just pursue proof of stake, implement it in the coming weeks, but to verify the impact of this work in a fully digitized fashion. I ask you, don't join this effort because it makes good press. Don't join it to impress the regulators where your company's based or to seed the next rally in the price of our coins. Don't do it to sign the next NFT star or come up with some green gesture and then get back to work. Please do it because we aspire to be the world's trust layer, and we need to earn the right to be the stewards of that trust. Do it because there's a vital role for blockchain in the implementation of our clean carbon future. Do it because these two movements, which began together 6 years ago in 2015, within weeks of each other, were meant to be aligned. And we at this conference have the unique opportunity to restore that alignment. Do it finally to allow us to be, as Vitalik said at the outset, quote, the invisible medium which allows light to travel across the globe. And with that, bienvenue à Paris. Thank you, Jerome and Bettina. Have a great conference. I'm happy to take a question, maybe downstairs, and return 10 minutes to you. Thank you.